but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the morning. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding. You got me holding, holding. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding. Me up, play me like a bass guitar. Simmer down and mash me up. Tripping like I'm Jimmy at Woodstock. Me up, drum me round and go right for it. Shivers down my spinal cord. Oh, 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 oh. 'Cause you got me holding, holding. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding.
Alright then, hello guys, and welcome to IFC Tier 2. Today we are at Baku. Sorry for that graphics at the beginning. For some reason the Tier 2... Yeah, I know. Well, the graphics were wrong there. That was Tier 4, I believe, not Tier 2. The championship leader in Tier 2 is XRL Jacob, leading his teammate Bassi, both of which are here today. Koi, third in the championships here as well, and so is Kilga, who is fourth. The first person in the championship we are missing, however, is Visa, fifth in the championship, but unfortunately today not here, being replaced instead by Mint Elephant, Tier 3 championship leader. Kilga first man out on track on this very, very hard 6-kilometer long course. Guys have any predictions for qualifying, please do put them in the chat. We wanted to hear what you guys think is going to go down here today, because you just know that it's going to be a very, very a tight one in the end here. Apparently, rain is expected. Rain around Baku, we know, is very, very ridiculous. Yeah, more than 6 finishes. Yeah, let's hope. After every single tier, really. Tier 7 had 3 finishes. Tier 6 had 9. Tier 5 had 7, I think, in the end. Tier 4, I don't know, and Tier 3 I'm guessing had about 6, so this is going to be a very, very tough one. Dry accessible wet, Nosman is asking, so maybe it's the race that's going to be wet, who knows, but Kilga now, getting up the gears, activating that DRS, heading towards turn 3, a lot of 90-degree corners to start off this track, of course, and the third of which is turn 3. Tucks it into their miss is the apex, so unfortunately for him, manages to keep it out of the wall. Quite a hard thing to do around here, especially into the castle section. The Ferrari car will hopefully, for his sake, not be repeating Charles Leclerc's mistake in 2019 when he was set for pole in Q2. And then in Q2 decided to slam it into a barrier. As he now comes to what is actually quite a weird corner. Most other corners on the track are right up against the wall, the apex. Those two, they aren't. You've got a little bit more space to work with, so they've decided to extend those ones and go for a different corner. Both Tier 4 and Tier 3 are 10. So, yeah. Let's hope we have more than 10 finishes then. Kilga now heading down into turn 16, the first corner of the final sector. That's the only one that you have to brake for. The rest of these corners all flat out to the line over a 1 kilometer flat out section, the straight itself being pretty much exactly 1 kilometer, because that is the most you're allowed in F1. The exact straights, it's only allowed to be 1 kilometer long. As he comes across the line, and it's a 38.9. We'll see how that stacks up to other people, but it's looking pretty good. Elandry with a 39 there. He would have wanted a little bit more. Callum will be next to cross the line, but he's just starting his lap. Next person to cross the line will be Lewiski, I believe. Yes, it will. In the Red Bull. He's about to cross the line now. Activates that DRS in about 100 meters time. And starts flying towards the line over 200 miles an hour as he crosses the finish line. And it's enough for fastest. Very nicely done from him. And that is 25 thousandths of a second faster than Kilga. Liam goes into P3, but a long way off of Kilga, and I think that is because he's on the mediums. Yes, he is. Elandry on the softs, though, so he'll definitely have to improve that time later on. Not a great time from him. Wolf close to the line now. What time can he set? Actually, James is closer. He's on the medium compound, so what time can he set on this compound? And it's going to be enough for P5. Not what he would have wanted. He definitely would have been wanting to be in the 30s there, and will have to come out on track once again, I would suspect. as that is Zaki Boy going last there. BRT Wolf keeps him last, but it's not a great time from him. Boy, third in the championship, goes fifth on track on medium compound time. An Elephant across the line, he goes fastest. The Tier 3 championship leader takes provisional pole position by 0.3 of a second. What a lap it is from him. But then Bassi swoops in. Second place in the championship, was leading it for a long time. Swoops in and decides, Mint, I'm not making this easy for you. And goes very, very close to Mint's time now. Yeah, if you guys have any predictions for the race, please do put them down below. And also, if you could share this stream, that'd be absolutely wonderful. We've got lower viewers than normal. I think that's after the carnage, which was the other ones. Oh, is Mazepin leading Tier 3? Oh! Minute Elephant has been dethroned. I'm very sorry. I don't keep up on Tier 3 that much. And Mazepin leads Tier 3 then. Let me check Tier 3. That's my bad. Yeah, he does. That is my mistake. I'm very sorry, everybody. I kind of expected that Mint would have held on to that lead. Apparently not. And Mint Elephant, the Alpine driver, that's his problem. He's been very inconsistent. Second, no points. First, no points. Second, first, no points. Whereas Mazepin in Tier 3, he's come fifth, first, ninth, second, first. Yes, the difference is that Mazepin, when he hasn't had a great race, has still managed to capitalise on those couple points, which is putting him ahead at this stage in Tier 3. And it's almost the same picture in Tier 2, but we do have, that's more further down the order in fairness. The top guys very much kind of in their own class, although Bassi especially not being very consistent, and that kind of is the difference between him and Jacob. Jacob, when he hasn't been great, still getting those points, whereas Bassi, win, ninth, no points, then second, not great. Not enough to keep him in P2, but he is 31 points off of his teammate. Jobo's gone up into P5. Very nicely done from him. I believe this is his first race. Can you please fact check me, Marcus, on that one? I think this is Jobo's first race. If it's not, I made a mistake there. Hi, Mac. Boy really needs to improve here. He's on the mediums again. 1/10 up in the first sector. Invalidates. Very easy to do around that corner. Probably one of the only corners where you can track extend too much at all. He hits the wall there as well. And that will most definitely be him having to pull into the pits at the end of this lap. Mossman pulls in. We'll see most drivers starting to, either pull in or come out of the pit lane now. But Zaki Boy about to cross the line. Not got the same amount of speed as other drivers have through that section. Maybe running a slightly higher downforce setup. It's quite a hard one to balance out because you've got a lot of tight corners, but at the same time you've got a very, very long straight, a couple very long straights in fact, to contend with. So kind of got to watch out on that one. Of course, the corner that's Koi's just gone through, the very painful, what is known as the esports corner. But here we go. He's going to be giving Lewiski a tow here as Lewiski starts his lap. Great strategy from the Red Bull boys. We'll look on board from Lewiski's point of view. Lewiski third at the moment. Will be wanting to go higher up. He's got a big slipstream off of Koi here. This is great for Red Bull. Very, very nicely done. Arrows will be very, very happy. Lewiski, of course, recently moving on to wheel. And Lewiski gets a big tow from Koi right the way down the straight. They've perfected that, have Red Bull. And that will give Lewiski a very big advantage going into this lap. Probably would have been better if it was on the lap itself. Of course, you get more of the advantage. There's so much overspeed heading into turn 1. That could be a 10th in itself. Oh, Lewiski messes up turn 3. You wouldn't have wanted to do that in the slightest. Of course, no one wants to mess up a lap. But that's exactly when he didn't want it to happen. After he got a great slipstream off of his teammate. Making a mistake like that is just not giving that slipstream justice. He needs to get pushy now. He's 2/10 down in the first sector. And I think this lap may be over for him as we've got a car park to his right-hand side. That would have put him off slightly as he hit the apex there, but he is fine as he now heads through. Oh, through the castle section, he taps the wall, and that is well and truly Lewiski's lap over. There's no way he's making back all of that time. Absolutely no way. Yeah, 1 second down. He's not making that time back. Kilger, 1.5 tenths up in the first sector. He hits the second sector split, 2 tenths up. That would move him up 1 position, just ahead of Lewiski as it stands. Purple sector 2 for him. I'm not sure whether it is actually purple or not. I wouldn't suspect so. But he heads now into the final. That lasted his kink, actually. And now activates the DRS. Will easily have enough ERS to make the line. Almost 200 miles an hour now as he heads towards the line. What time would it be for Kilger? It's enough for fast. It's very nicely done from him. What a lap from Joe Kilger. Liam coming through the very, very long left-hander here. This is actually broken down into a couple corners, but I like to think of it as one corner. The drivers kind of have to take it as one corner through there. You've got a couple little kinks and then into the very tight left-hander that brings you into the final part of that sector. 3 tenths up at the moment is Liam. That would be enough to put him up 2 places. He'll want a little bit more though. He is on the soft compound tyre now, of course, and will be wanting to help out his teammate in Mint today by being right the way up there and being able to propel him towards the front. He activates that DRS, starts heading towards the line. What time can the Aston Martin put together? It's enough for P6. Very nicely done. Mac about to cross the line. What time will it be for Mac? It's enough for P5. Very nicely done from BRT Mac. Of course, very at home in Tier 2. It has been in Tier 1 so far this season. I think he's dropped down for the time being, though. Not amazing numbers in Tier 2, unfortunately. Haven't had the greatest of showings at some races, but today we've got a good showing, so that is all that matters. Eli 1 second up. He should be 1 second up in fairness to him. He had a very slow, very slow banker lap there. He's 140.2 currently. As it stands, he'll be moving right the way up into P6 with the improvement he has so far. What else can he do? He activates the DRS, starts heading towards the line. What does it be for Eli? And it's enough for P5. Very, very nicely done. Almost gets himself into the 38s, but not quite with that one. Wolf on a slow lap. Liam on a fast lap. He's improving slightly here. What can the Aston Martin driver do? Bassi. Sorry, not Bassi. James moves up into P4 there. Nicely done from the Ferrari driver. And once again, Aiden is going to be very, very happy with how his drivers are doing. It's just Jacob that's slightly lacking at the moment. We'll go on board with him when Liam finishes his lap. He activates the DRS, starts heading towards the line. He doesn't actually activate the DRS, and he doesn't start heading towards the line. He's heading into pits. Jacob, what time can this man set? We know he's a fast driver. He hits the splits for the first time this lap. 3 tenths up. That's good from him. 3 tenths would shove him right the way up into P8 alone. And that's only the first sector. If he gains 3 tenths per sector, that would be 1.2. Yeah, that's right. No, it wouldn't be. Sorry, that's... Whoa, what is wrong with my maths? That'd be 9 tenths, sorry, of a second gain. That'd be 9 tenths, and that would shove him right the way up into first. So what can he do in this second sector? Well, he's about to cross the split. How good is this second sector be? He might actually run out of ERS before the line. This is a problem. 9 tenths up now is Jacob. He's going to lose a lot of time in this final sector. It's all flat out. He won't gain any more ERS left. He's already in the bottom 10%. The car uses that ERS slightly more sparingly, I believe. Or if it doesn't, he's very low, and he's going to run out before the line. He activates the DRS. Starts heading towards the line. Is he going to pull into the pits here? No, he's not. He's just getting very... Yes, he is pulling into the pits. He wants one more lap. If he messes up this final lap, we could see Jacob starting in a very uncharacteristic place. Another one of the championship fight contenders is Koi's up by 5/10 in the first sector alone. Now that would be enough to put him up into, actually not that high up, he's set a very bad first lap here. That would only be enough to jump him just ahead of Jacob, who leads the championship. He's got to put someone just in front of him. That is an AlphaTauri in the same academy as him, so he's going to be hoping that they move out of the way. That is Jobbo just ahead. Currently sat in P6 is Jobbo, but he's got to let Koi through, and he does very nicely as well, and gets through the castle section quickly, so he didn't hold him up through there. Great teamwork there for the Red Bull Driver Academy, making sure they get out the way of each other and getting out of the way in the right places. Koi now close to finishing this lap. How much is he up in this sector? 1.2. That would be enough to put him all the way up into P4. He can gain any more time. We could see him on provisional pole. What time can Koi put together here in the Red Bull? He's about to cross the line. Goes through the final little kink. He'll activate the DRS and cross the line. What time would it be for Koi in the Red Bull here in Baku? Can he get provisional pole position? The answer is no. He moves up into P4 though. Very nicely done from Koi. Whiskey, his teammate, very much down on this lap, but will be going for it this time round, I believe, as he heads up into 8th gear now. We're already almost into the 200s in terms of miles an hour. He activates the DRS now, and we'll start heading towards the line to start his final flying lap, and this will be most people's final flying laps. Jobbo will not be able to come out the pits anymore. That'll be it for him in terms of qualifying. Jacob in P13 currently. He's got should be enough time to get back round again. Someone I'd be slightly worried if I was the likes of who is it who's far behind? Lucky Boy stuck behind James. James actually has got to get pushing here. He can't really let anyone through, but he's got to let people through. And this is not going to be good for James here. He's only got 1 minute left in this session to make the line. Remember, lap times are about 1 minute 40, as you can see. He's got 2 sectors left. I think he's going to make it, but it's going to be very, very close for him. He's treading a tight line here, is James. He's got to be very, very cautious as he goes around. Of course, got to make sure he doesn't hit any walls. But he's only got 30 seconds. Lewinsky has crashed. Lewinsky has crashed at the castle section. Where within that has he crashed, though? That is the question. Oh, just on the X. He must have clipped the inside wall. And that'll be him out of this qualifying session. 6th at best then for him. Eli just about crossed the line in time. 12 seconds to go for him. James isn't going to make the line. He's only got 10 seconds. That is James's qualifying over. He did not get out the pits in time and will not be starting his next lap. Time is up for James, unfortunately for him. Koi time is also up. He will not be able to restart another lap. Bassi currently up on his time already. Kilger down on his time. Min Elephants down on his time. Bassi looking good at the moment. Eli, what's he doing at the moment? He's stuck behind Deaton is what he's doing at the moment. Deaton's got to move out the way, but they're both on flying laps. Eli's down, and Deaton is down as well. Callum on a push lap. What kind of time can he put together? We'll have to wait and see when he crosses the line. But it is Mac and Weak Arbors trailing each other currently as they go through the final sector. This is going to give Weak Arbors a massive toe. Well, not it's that big of a toe. It's still going to give him a pretty big toe down this main straight. Of course, you only have to be within 4 seconds for a toe, and he's definitely within 4 seconds there. Mac cross line. What time would it be for Mac? He doesn't improve enough to gain any more positions, and neither does Weak Arbors. Jacob, what time can he put together? Where can the championship leader put himself? He, as it stands, would jump up into P7. He'll want more here. Kilger's improved. He's moved up into fastest. Now it's Jacob's turn. What can Jacob do? Bassi goes for his pole. Can Jacob take it away from him? No, he can't. And Mint Elephant can't either. So it's Bassi from Kilger, from Elephant, from Koi, from Wolf, from James, from the Whiskey, from Jacob, the championship leader, remember, from Jobbo, from Mac, from Eli, from Landry, from Liam, from Callum, from Nossman, from Week, from Zaki Boy, from Deaton, from McLaren. I'm just going to call him McLaren. Now that is a big one. Jacob starting quite a long way down the order there. And also remember, every single driver in the top 10 will have to start on the tyres they qualified on. Everyone outside of it, so Eli down, will be able to start on whatever tyre they like. Alrighty then, guys. Just waiting for everyone to ready up. And we will be going, of course, no formation lap anymore in IFC due to the game glitching too many times. So here we go. Bit of news on Tier 1. Carsey and Aiden been practicing a lot. So watch out for them in Tier 1, of course, with a very good result for Aiden last time out. He's won quite a lot recently, has Aiden. A little bit of help from Stonks. We'll brush past that in the Netherlands. His teammate Stonks has been given a quali ban because of it. So Stonks, one of the people fighting for the championship, after scoring no points last week, is going to be starting right at the back of the grid this week. And that's going to be an interesting one. If you guys have any predictions to race, please put them down below. But here we go. We've got 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And it's go, go, go here in Baku. And Bassi gets a very bad start. Kilger takes the lead down in Cell 1, but I think Kilger is not actually here. No, he's not. He's disconnected from the lobby. Big shame for him. Bassi leads then from Mint Elephant, from Koi, from Wolf. Oh, Whiskey tries to put his car next to Wolf. He's right there still. Can he make this one work? I don't think he quite can. Jacob's got a good start. Jobbo's going to try and make a move on Mac here. Down the outside, and that is going to be a move from him. Jacob, oh no! Oh, James has been hit round by Lewinsky. He's retired from the session. Will we have a safety car? There is a possibility here that we will. But I don't think we will. Have a look at the tyres people are on, shall we? So Eli, highest of the medium runners, up in 9th at the moment. Kilger is got out of AI now. He's back racing. I think he disconnected and could only start again. Recently, I've just been atted in a clip, so I will have a look at that in just a second once this lap has commenced. And we have a virtual safety car, so do it now. Wolf is out of the race. Well, the clip I was at again was a clip of me, and it was Aiden telling me, Aiden basically saying it's not real life. You don't have to. It's not 6 seconds for a tow. Well, it should be. You should have to be. It should be exactly like real life. This should be simulation game. Is what they're selling it as. So yeah. Anyway, lots of drivers in the pit lane. Week now, leader of the medium runners. Eli's come into the pit, so after a good start, drops down to P12 and is blocking his teammate as well. So Zaki Boy having to double stack here, and that's really going to lose him a lot of time. Right, slipstream's less than a second on this game, really. Which I think is a shame. They're missing the trick there. Oh yeah, Dirty Air is lower. That is true, Aiden. That is true, but still. I feel Dirty Air should be full. So should Slipstream. So yeah. my thoughts on that. Just got thoughts on the drink I'm having right now. That drink being Silent X Energy, our sponsor, basically. If you use code IFC at checkout, Silent X Energy, you can get yourselves apple flavour or cherry flavour, or lots of other stuff they have on their store, of course. And it's very, very tasty. I'm drinking a cherry flavour currently. Very, very nice, that. Yeah, very, very nice drink. Helps you concentrate. No sugar and no caffeine in it as well. So it's not going to affect your teeth that much. It's not going to affect your sleep. It's just going to give you a little bit more energy. Designed by racers for racers. So make sure you get yourselves some Silent X Energy. Code IFC at checkout. All caps, of course. Safety car staying out this lap. It will probably be coming in at the end of next lap. So we'll watch out for that. McLaren, for some reason, going on to the hard. That is a EU LR McLaren. That's actually McLaren LN4. Obviously a Lando fan there. But they're not a Lando stan. Pulls into the pits, getting off the hards. And that could be a strategy there, actually. Using a different set of tyres means that they could use whatever tyre they want from this stage in the race. Which could help them out massively coming in. Of course, most people will be going for a tier. Right then, Jacob, actually, interestingly, has moved up into P5 now. So after what has to be said was a pretty poor qualifying from him compared to what he normally does. Right up in P5 now, on the same strategy as the rest of the top 9. So not looking too bad anymore is Jacob. So watch out for him in this race now. And let's see what he can do. Now he's a part, of course, of that top 5, looking for the race win. Have a look at who's the biggest winners and losers in this race so far then. Biggest loser being Kilgore, of course, who were disconnected at the beginning. Now back in it. Disappointing for him, though, of course, started in P2. Isaiah dropped him to P8. Not looking too bad. Nossman has gained 6 places, but the biggest winner is Deaton, up 7 places. Started down in P18, right the way up in P11 in the Mercedes, and unfortunately not joined by his teammate today, and no reserve being able to join either. Safety car in this lap. Right then, Bassi, when's he going to go? When's he going to go? He'll stop weaving when he wants to go, of course. Doesn't want to be weaving while going. Really backing up the pack. Now he's gone. And, oh, that's allowed Coy to have a great start. That was loads of shrapnel flying in the background. Weak Arbors is out in the Haas. But Coy going round the outside of Mint Elephant has been pushed off the track slightly as Coy. But Coy going to keep fighting here. Going to try and get back past. Can he get past? I think he just about can. He's going for the switchback. Mint's hit the wall. Can he now make this pass up into turn 3? Can he make it work? He's going to try his absolute hardest. Down the inside, Coy's going to go. Mint Elephant going to try and hold on round the outside. Coy goes down the inside. Mint Elephant blocks him off round the outside. Great defence from Mint Elephant. There's Lewinsky defending for his life, for the Red Bull's life. In the background, Jacob trying to get through, but to no avail. He'll go right there with them. He's going to look for a move on Mac here. Of course, we want to get past, and we want to get past pretty quickly. I have no idea what happened at that safety car restart at all. Just saw a lot of wing flying. If you guys have anything that you've seen. please do put them in the chat. But I have no idea what happened at that restart. Just shrapnel went absolutely flying. I think it was off the hat of Weekaber's, because obviously he is now out and he was out down the straight. So who knows with that one. But what I do know is that Bassi has got a big lead now, and Mint Elephant has lost touch of him. Bassi looking very strong, but I'm pretty sure there is going to be another safety car here. We're 4 laps in, and we've already had 3 retirements. Liam is letting A. Landry through. What's happened to Liam? Has he got damage? He must do. There's no way he just let through A. Landry for no reason. Maybe he has just let him through. Bassi sets fastest lap, and Coy makes an move on Mint Elephant round the outside into turn 1. What he couldn't do last time, he does do this time. Very nicely done from him, but Mint Elephant will be going for the move back. Kilger gets past Jobbo. He's really fighting for his life now. He really wants to get himself back up the order. Mint Elephant makes a mistake on the exit of that corner, and that will not be helping him at all. Kilger now trying to chase down Jacob, but at the same time having to defend from Jobbo, the AlphaTauri, and he does successfully round the outside there. Kilger holds on. Very nicely done, as Liam and Zaki were both heading to the pit, so Liam must have had some kind of damage there. So of course, Zaki boy would as well. So Kilger trying to get onto the back of this pack again when the DRS is reactivated, and that will be at the end of this lap. So down into turn 3 will be the first turn they get to use DRS this entire race. So Kilger's going to be pushing onto the back of Jacob, making sure he gets that, and that will be to defend from Jobbo more than anything at this stage in the race. And for Coy, he's got to catch up to Bassi, otherwise Mint Elephant will be going flying past next time we do have some DRS, of course. Mint Elephant is slightly dropping back from Coy now. If Coy can get a second gap to Mint Elephant, that will really help out his teammates. Of course, Lewinsky will be looking for a move there as well, but Lewinsky has got DRS on Mint Elephant, which helps him out massively in his defence of Jacob. But the best defence is attack in a lot of situations, and Mint Elephant almost defending from Lewinsky by passing Coy. We have a virtual safety car, and Mint Elephant having to let back past Coy. Coy's got no front wing. Coy has got no front wing. How has he lost that? When has that happened? That's really weird. Unfortunately, yeah, they can DRS slingshot, but virtual safety car, not amazing for them. And not great for, well, that's perfect for Coy. He was the one who caused it, and it's allowed him to make this one work. But here we go. Coy is going to be pushing onto the back. A. Landry gets a drive-through penalty, and I think Liam might have as well. Let's have a quick look at the penalties. And yes, they both did get penalties for that. So A. Landry and Liam, both of the drive-through for speeding under the virtual safety car. That's not what is, well, that's not good at all for them, is it? Coy now has got to get a move on Jobbo done. Jobbo kind of in his way of progressing here. He's got a 10-second gap to Eli. He'll want to close that as fast as he physically can. Of course, Eli being a tier 3 driver, not a tier 2 driver. Jacob almost touches the wall there. Very, very tight, but he manages to hold on to that. Not managing to the wall. For him, of course, the wall is not where you want to be on a racetrack. Surprise, surprise. You do want to be on the track. Jacob now flying towards Lewinsky. What can this man do? He activates the DRS, but I don't think he's close enough. Lewinsky will be going for a move on Mint Elephant here. Is he close enough to do exactly what Coy did? Coy went round the outside. Can he go down the inside? The answer is no. He'll have to wait until turn 3 if he is going to make a move. Callum ahead of Deaton. Callum looking pretty fast in that McLaren today, and so is his teammate, EULR. Both of them not doing too badly. Eli's in the pits. He must have had some kind of damage. That's unfortunate for him. But now, Lewinsky is catching up to Mint Elephant a little bit more due to that DRS, but wasn't close enough to make a move as Deaton gets back past Callum. Very nicely done from him as the two McLarens almost go side by side. They do go side by side. They head into turn 4. But McLaren, well, EULR decides to back out. Jobbo gets passed by Coy now. Coy up into P10. Someone's joined that shouldn't have. If they are race engineering, they won't. That person will be disqualified. You cannot have a second party race engineers, and someone can't join the race to race engineer you. You have to watch through this stream here. We do have a yellow flag in Sector 1. That's because Liam has retired. But I think he did in the pit lane, and he has now left the session as well. Hey, Landry, remember, still has to serve that drive-through penalty. Will go to last when they do so. Kilger trying to get closer to Jacob, but just not managing to do so. The Whiskey close to the back of Mint Elephant. Could this be the chance to move? He's got less ERS, actually, than Mint Elephant. That shows how little challenge Mint Elephant has felt in the last couple of laps. But here we go. Can they slingshot themselves towards Bassi? That is the question. The Whiskey with the DRS will be 5 tenths away when he gets to it. Will have Slipstream heading down here as well. What can this man do? He's pulled to the side already. For some reason, he's decided to pull to the side already. That means he doesn't get the Slipstream, and that means he doesn't make the move. See, that's the kind of thing you'd see in my driving. Useless. There, you don't want to be doing that. You want to be making sure that you're right on it. I don't know who has a race engineer. It's just someone joined. So yeah. Who said? Oh, what? Why are you laughing then? Saying, someone activated still. I did disconnect from the chat for a little bit there. Further up, yeah, Bassi. He's absolutely smashing at the moment. He's 2.5 seconds up, and the Whiskey is a long way behind, getting past Mint Elephant to then be able to make it up. I feel like the Whiskey's the faster driver. Maybe not anymore. He's hit the wall at the castle section. That's going to slow down Jacob as well. Jacob's got to try and get past. Kilger's got to try and get past. It's chaos here, side by side with the Whiskey. Jacob goes. The Whiskey's still trying to hold on. He can't. Taps the wall again. Has to get out of the way of Kilger. Kilger's so much faster. And this now opens the door for Kilger to make a move as he taps the wall. It's all going down here in the top 5. And I think the Whiskey's thrown away a really good shot here. Someone's just left the session. Good that they did. Of course, they weren't meant to be in here anyway. Kilger catching to Jacob now. He's too far behind though. And the Whiskey will pull into the pits. Callum will be promoted up into the top 5 as Bassi pulls into the pits, and so does Kilger actually. So Kilger pulls into the pits, follows Bassi's strategy. Jacob, of course, can't pit this lap really because his teammate did. And he doesn't want to double stack. That loses you a lot of time, more time than just pitting on a different lap would. So he puts on the mediums, and this is the first of maybe 2 this race, especially if there's another safety car. He has to fit a new wing, does Kilger. That might be why he pulled into the pits there. Of course, we saw him tap the wall. Must have got damage, but he still stays ahead of Lewiski. Will he be ahead of Eli? That's the question. He'll want to be ahead. Will he be? Yeah, the answer is yes, and Lewiski also will be as well. So good for Kilger. He can now try and push onto the back of Mac and start making some moves again. But this race not really going in his favour. Coy right on the back of Bassi. Of course, Bassi has just pitted. Coy pitted only a couple laps ago with the undercut. Probably didn't want to do an undercut. He completely lost his front wing, but it's ended up being that way, and will be trying to make a move on Bassi now. Obviously on the slightly older tyres. Bassi looking like the faster driver as well, but he's on colder tyres. Bassi probably still trying to warm up the tyres at this point of the lap, but should be when he goes down the start-finish straight. They should all be at the right temperature. Coy now right behind though. 4 tenths is the gap. 3 tenths is the gap now. 2 tenths is the gap between these two drivers. Battle for 6th that will become the battle for the lead when the others pit. So here we go. Coy into turn 15. Esports corner. Gets it nice-ish. Of course, quite hard in the dirty air. McLaren's going to make a move on Callum. Let's just see this one quickly. Make sure he does make this one stick. The McLaren driver should be able to get past his teammate here. I think Callum might be pulling into the pits here. He activates that DRS, starts heading through. Why would Callum be pulling into the pits? Actually, that's a good question I should ask myself. But yes, he does make that move. Now Coy on Bassi. Can he make this one work? He activates the DRS. Mint and Jacob are pulled into the pits. And Coy goes round the outside into turn 1. Bassi down the inside. Can he hold on? I think Coy's got this one. And he does. He makes the move up into 4th place now. And Bassi down into 5th. Bassi probably struggling slightly, of course, that DRS helping gigantically for Coy, being able to open that rear wing, get a lot more speed, and Coy looking very, very strong. Oh, as McCallum makes a mistake, he's really struggling in that car now. Maybe his rears are starting to give way, but those McLarens just need to keep pushing on. They are the leaders of their strategy, only 3 people actually being on that strategy still. The same tyres they've been on since the start, I believe, except for EULR, who pitted on lap 1. Coy could stretch to the end, yeah. I wouldn't expect it to be able to work, but yeah, he definitely could stretch to the end. That is true, baby. Lubisky gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Not going great for the second Red Bull car there. Deaton gets a big step oversteer as we watch. But Bassi now very close to Coy. He's going to try and make a move back. Are these guys just going to slipstream each other and gain time that way? That would be a stroke of... very, very... that would be a stroke of genius. That's what I was looking for. Those are the words that I am looking for. But Bassi now, here we go, gets towards Coy. In his slipstream. He's got the DRS. Closer and closer he gets. Eli DNFs. Will we have a safety car? The answer's yes. And who's ahead? That is Coy. Oh, at the bell, Coy has been saved. And everyone else will have to put into the pits. EULR, actually, this is perfect for EULR. He can pit onto the mediums, make the end of the race, possibly. And even though, he's been on the mediums now, but remember, he was on the hards at one point in this race. So he is completely fine to go onto the mediums and finish this Grand Prix. This is absolutely perfect for EULR, MCLX, Lando Norris 4. Absolutely perfect. He will be jumping for joy. Zaki Boy, Landry and Nossman have put on the hards. That's a bad decision. Zaki Boy actually switching off the hards, I think. And same with Nossman. Elandry will be doing the same, I hope. No, he's actually just got onto the hards. That's a very, very bad decision from Elandry there, I believe. Not something you want to be doing. As we should see most drivers now pulling into the pits. So Bassi, of course, won't. Mint won't. Mac probably won't. Lewinsky won't. Kilger won't. Jacob won't. But I say most drivers pulling into the pits. The top drivers pulling into the pits. So the top 3 will. Although they might not. At the same time, they might decide, actually, no, I can't. I don't have this opportunity. It's at the wrong time for me. I can't pull into pits. I'm just going to stay out, which is what Callum and Dieter might do. But EULR will most definitely be pulling into pits. Cheeky from Callum there. He slowed down massively to not get a double stack there. That's a bit of a cheeky one there, I have to say. He still does get a little bit of an effect of a double stack, but yeah, a little bit naughty. He's went onto the hards, because of course they have to. They haven't used another set yet, so another compound yet. So they have to use a different one. So Deaton and Callum, they put all their eggs in one basket. They've gone for the hard compound tyre, and they're going to have to try and last on what is a very bad compound around this track. And again, guys, make sure you do go and have a look at SLX Energy. Very, very good energy drinks they make. Comes in apple and cherry flavours. No sugar, no caffeine. Good for your teeth, good for your sleep. And you never know, might make you faster at racing as well. It's definitely helped me talk faster during this stream and the stream on Friday as well. The Liverpool-Chelsea match, I think, in other news, quite close, seemingly, with 22 penalties being done. That's not what you normally see, is it? And in IndyCar news, the winner was Scott McLaughlin. Started on pole, finished in first. Very nicely done from him in IndyCar, of course being second year. But back to the race. We should be going again next lap. So safety car won't be coming in this lap, but should be next lap. So get yourselves ready for that. Oh no, safety car in this lap. That's a very late call, but here we go. Get yourselves ready. Coy warming up his tyres ridiculously fast because probably wasn't warming them up. Matt gets a 5-second penalty for a collision with Jobbo. Probably his fault as well because he is behind. It's most likely the case and has definitely got damage as well. And now Coy goes at the line. Oh, that's ridiculous further back. Look at that. So many people side by side. And that is Lewinsky making a move. The McLaren side by side. Deaton side by side with so many people. Oh, that's Lewinsky out. Coy's restart has caused the crash of his teammate. Oh, not what Red Bull would have wanted in the slightest. Deaton dropped some places. Oh, EULR has dropped so many places. Not where he would have wanted at the start of this one. His teammate has got a great start. Callum with an absolutely beautiful start there. Jobbo tried to make a move, but not quite close enough. Actually touch. Oh, he pushes him into the wall. Bad driving from Jobbo there. That's caused Callum to completely lose his front wing. Oh no, what is going on here in Azerbaijan? Oh no, as the McLarens collide. This is not good. Callum now facing the wrong way. That'll be his race over, really. Wouldn't be surprised if he decides to retire in the pit lane at the end of this lap, really. Not good for him at all. I think McLaren, their race is, it was looking so good. 1 and 2. It's all gone to poop, really, hasn't it? It's not gone very well. But we've still got the 2 people fighting at the front. And that is Coy and Batty. Someone actually got a really bad restart is Jacob. Right the way down in P10, you'd expect slightly more from him. But unfortunately for him, not quite managed it. Safety car. Callum has retired, and we have a safety car. Yet another safety car here in Baku. And I think everyone will stay out this time round unless they have damage. Coy pulls in, but he didn't have damage. So what is Coy doing? I think he's making sure he finishes this race. But he's going on the hards. What is he doing? What on earth is Coy doing? I think that's a big mistake from Coy to go on the hard compound tyre. No grip in the final sector. No grip through the long left-hander. Not what you want. Not what you want at all. Right, just so you guys are filled in on the IndyCar, if you haven't been watching that, the race results were Scott McLaughlin P1, Alex Palou second, and it was Will Power third, Colton Herter fourth, Roman Grosjean, P5, it was Renus VK in P6, Ray Harlan P7, Dixon P8, Ericsson P9, Sato P10, Lingard P11, Ward P12, Harvey P13, the British driver. So Britain finally doing well in IndyCar. The other British driver, Callum Ilott, came P19. That was the IndyCar, and of course Liverpool winning the Carabao Cup. Could that be 2 trophies for them? Who knows? That is true. Someone did say it would rain early on. So yeah. Marcus, why did you say good Westy goat? Why was that? Coy pulls into the pits again. I think that was a mistake from him, going on to the hards. I don't think he meant it, so is now having to pit again. He's onto the softs, so maybe that rain is coming soon. He's going on the softs. He's waiting for that rain. He'll be faster before it, and will be able to deal with it better when it does end up coming. I think that will probably be his strategy here. A bit of a risky one, bearing in mind we don't even know if rain is definitely coming, bearing in mind that that it's all set to approximate for them. Well, I've just realised why Jacob might have been slower in qualifying than he normally is. Of course, qualifying quite low down. Could he have put on a wet setup during qualifying, of course, during the race as well? That might be why he's been a little bit slower than normal, and might be him disappearing later on in this race if it does get wet. But it's not wet currently, which means he might be a little bit slower due to that. But 11 drivers left, 15 laps in, 8 drivers are out. That's not a good sign for the final 12 laps, is it? But here we go. It's fine. There'll be 11 laps left when they cross the line to start. Lap 16. Of course, there's 11 laps left. You don't just do 26 minus the lap you're on, because you have to take into account you're on a lap and you haven't finished the lap you're on. So yeah, just so you don't think I'm absolutely insane. People stopped on track because of the Koi restart. Yeah, almost as many DNFs as Tier 6, Tier 5 and Tier 4. Not great, but yeah, it is how it's happened. And safety car will be coming in this lap. So Bassi will back up the pack. He's got to make sure that Koi he doesn't make it as bad a restart as Koi. I think he'll be going slightly earlier. Of course, we saw last time he did a restart, it was pretty early on. Koi decided to wait right until the line. Probably not the greatest way to restart it. I mean, not his fault. He was going at a decent speed. If people had stayed one by one, it would have been completely fine. But, yeah, interesting. Bassi. When's he going to go? When's he going to go? When's he going to go? The answer is... not yet. And now he's gone. Very late from him. And Kilgore overtakes Mack immediately. Very nicely done from Kilgore there. Down into turn 1. Oh, no! He's gone slightly deep, probably just enough space left there by Matt. Very tight squeeze. And he's unfortunately lost out. Koi now on Deaton. Can he make this one work on the softer compound tyre? Slightly fresher as well. Can he get through up into turn 3? I think he's slightly too far away, and the answer is yes. He is slightly too far away at this stage. If you guys have any predictions who you think is going to win, please do put it in the chat. It'd be wonderful to hear what you guys think is going to happen in this one. But here we go, Bassi and Mint Elephant. Who's going to come out on top between these two? It's looking like a battle between these two. Of course, Jobbo could get involved as well. He's kind of had a nothing race as Jobbo. Kind of stayed in the same kind of area the entire race. Well, not really, but because he started quite low down. Koi makes a move on Deaton. Oh, it's going to be side by side through the castle section. That was never going to work. Deaton was slightly behind. I think he probably should have backed out of that one. You cannot go side by side through the castle section. He was the one on the inside. He was the one who was slightly further behind. He should have backed out, and he didn't, and he's lost his front wing in the process. That is my take on that anyway. Hard to tell, of course. I'd only had one view, and not for very long. But, yeah, I think Deaton probably should have backed out of that one. Oh, who knows? Who knows? Right then, Mack behind Jobbo. A little bit too far behind at the moment is Mack, of course, starting in P10 in this race, up to P4. He's not doing too badly in the slightest. EULR starting dead last, all the way up into P5. He's not looking bad at all, is he? He's doing really, really well this race, and putting on a show for a lot of people, and won't have to pit like every other driver as well, of course, unless it does rain. Sky still pretty bright though at the moment. It's still got a lot of shadows and a lot of sunshine here in Azerbaijan. I'm looking at the sky, I'm looking all around me, and I don't see any clouds really looking that ominous in the distance. So I think we should be fine in terms of rain. Not long left in this race, of course. Koi on Zaki Boy, can he make the move down towards the castle section? Last time he made a move like that, it didn't end up very well for the other driver. Koi's been pushed right the way to the inside there, and I think Koi will back out of this one. He tries to, he does end up backing out, and you definitely cannot go side by side through there, as demonstrated twice now by Koi. Getting closer and closer to Zaki Boy. Slightly messes up there, almost hitting the wall. He's got to be careful here. DRS will be reactivated now, and that will be a real help to a lot of drivers. Because Matt, for some reason, cannot seem to get close enough to Joblo at this stage. Bad Predator's joined. He is not part of the league. Should not be here. Bassi sets fastest lap. That's no surprise to anyone that he's got that. He's absolutely looked rapid today, hasn't he? He's really, really done well. Koi not close enough to Zaki Boy to make a move there, but maybe into turn 3. The gap is 2 tenths as they head into turn 2. He will then activate the DRS on the exit towards turn 3 here. He activates that DRS, but messes up the exit. Is he going to be close enough heading into turn 3? He's getting closer and closer to the rear end of that Williams. He's going to have to go around the outside. Will Koi, can he make this one work around the outside? Oh, he touches Zaki Boy. They collide. Just enough space, bit of collision as they went through. I think just about clean and fair racing, but that was on the edge there from Koi. That was very much on the edge. He'll now start pushing onto the back of Jacob. We'll be wanting to get as physically close to him as he can, and we'll be hoping that rain comes, will Koi, because of course he will have to pit again in this race. If it doesn't, the softs are not going 10 laps. Slash, they aren't going 10 laps unless he desperately hopes and eases off and accepts that they're going to be absolutely dead at the end. So it's going to be an interesting one. We'll see what he can do. My data has failed me, so I cannot see the chat currently. I don't want to connect to the internet on my phone right now, because of course, actually I will do that, but might mean that the stream drops out. So if it does, I'm very sorry. There we go. Jacob on EULR. Is he close enough heading into turn 1? I think he might just about be pulled to the side. He'll go for the move round the outside there of the McLaren. The McLaren defending as hard as he can. They both brake late. They'll both brake late again as they head into turn 2. Still side by side. The McLaren this time has the inside again. Oh, and they both touch the wall slightly there. And I think it's just about being clean enough. Very, very tight racing here in Tier 2. Very, very tight indeed. But another ads. Matt's going to try and make this move on Jobbo very, very soon. He'll want a podium here. He thinks he'll be able to get that penalty removed. I think he hopes he'll be able to get it removed. And that would be helping him massively here. Mint Elephant also close to taking the lead on slightly fresher tyres than Bassi. You can see Bassi starting to struggle with a snap of oversteer there, exiting the castle section. Now into the fast left-hander. I think he might have to start lifting soon. Those tyres not looking too good on the Alfa Romeo. We'll look at the telemetry as he heads down into this section, but I don't think he's quite got this one. That's the wrong thing to disable. I wanted to disable the lap data, keep it clean at the top. Is he going to lift off at all? No, he's not. He's still flat out, but slightly less confident, I think, is Bassi in the car. And Mint Elephant getting very, very close. They head now down into turn 1. Mint Elephant not using the DRS. He's decided to not make the move. He's staying behind. As Mac now makes the move on Jobbo down the inside, and that is a move nicely done. Jobbo cannot come back at him. EULR tried to make an opportunistic move, that really would be. But no, couldn't quite make it work, and Jobbo's going to look for a move here now as well. Mint Elephant is too far behind on Bassi to make a move. Jobbo now around the outside of Mac. Is this one going to work for the AlphaTauri driver? He's going to try his absolute hardest to make it work. Only 3% ERS left for him, and he does make it happen. EULR side by side with Jacob, and again, both of them staying in the same position. And Koi is now on the back of this pack, and will look to fight his way through and possibly get himself up into that podium position, which is at the front of this queue. Koi gets a 3-second time penalty. That's absolutely massive for this race. Koi, of course, with a 3-second time penalty now, he won't get a 3-second removed unless he was pushed off the track and doesn't get any more warnings in this race. Still being 7 laps left, I think that's unlikely that he won't get another warning. So unfortunately for Koi, his race almost over because of that. But he's still pretty close to Jacob, one of the people he's fighting in the championship. Mac now getting very close to Jobbo. Is he going to be close enough here to make some kind of move on the AlphaTauri? He's getting closer and closer and closer as he heads down the start-finish straight, activates that DRS, and will start moving up onto the rear of Jobbo. EULR getting close as well. Is he going to make a move? He's weaving all over the place, is EULR. Whoa, I thought he was going to lose control of the car there. Great car control to keep it going in a straight line, but you shouldn't have to have good car control to be able to just pass someone down a straight. There's Jacob now, making a move on EULR. Can he get the better exit? I think he just about can. They're side by side heading now down towards turn 3. And will this be a move from Jacob on Jobbo? He's going to be very careful to not take out Jobbo as he makes the move on EULR. And very nicely done from Jacob, back up into P5. Boy just kind of sat there at the back going, "Whew, nice fight, guys, nice fight." Deaton very much far behind at this stage of P11 and not looking too good. He's not been the best of races for him, but he's going to stay in this one because of course there's only 11 drivers left. If one more person crashes, he gets points, and I think EULR has just got himself some damage. He hit the wall in the castle section. I can't see an end plate on that car. Now I can see an end plate, so he is fine. But that was a close call there from him. Now will we see another almost double overtake heading down into turn 1 here? They're so close. 6/10 separates 3rd, 4th and 5th. And about a second, about 2 seconds separates 4th to 8th. Let's actually double check that. I think that's about right. Yeah, it is. Less than 2 seconds separates them. Here we go. Jobbo on Mac. He'll go down the inside and that will be a move well done. Now Jacob on Mac. Is this the move he can do? Down the inside, he'll look to go on the Haas car. I think he's just about got it. Or has he? Mac is still there. Mac to the side of him. He's going to try and make the move, and he does make the move. Very nicely done from Jacob there to get past Mac and almost push him aside there. Mac now back on Jacob. Not close enough. Mint Elephant still, for some reason, not passing Bassi. I think this is a very weird strategy from him. Is he just waiting until the last lap and he's just going to make sure he's very close? I wouldn't go for that if I was him. I'd be waiting until the second last lap and then pass him and just go through. But yeah, very odd. He's using a lot of time each lap actually at this stage. Maybe he's struggling on the tyres at this point. Who knows? Very weird. Jacob right on the back of Jobbo. Can he make this one work? Can he get close enough to the AlphaTauri to make anything work? He's going to hope he can. I don't think he's quite close enough, though. Can he get himself up into the podium spot? Yes, he definitely can. He's catching as he goes down the straight. Jobbo dropping his ERS. He's going to try his absolute best to hold on. But as you can see, this is the view he'll be looking at right now, watching Jacob just absolutely pile on through down into turn 1. And that'll be his place as Coy now defending from Jobbo's teammate Landry and defends successfully. His tyres now starting to die off. He would have wanted the rain, but the rain has just not come. Jacob now has 5 seconds to make up if he wants to get towards Mint. It's going to take a while, depending on whether Bassi maybe can hold up Mint Elephant. Could Bassi purposefully go really slowly, possibly through the castle section? You never know. Could go like 20 miles an hour through the castle section, really slowly, hold up Mint Elephant, and allow Jacob onto the back of him. I wouldn't think he would, because of course they're fighting in the championship, those two. And of course Mint Elephant helping Aston Martin today. Aston Martin the second in the Constructors. But who knows? And of course those two 1-2 last time out. Kilger being P3 in the Netherlands. Kilger not having the best races today. As it stands, will only take home 2 points. Not what he would have wanted. Zaki Boy and Deaton. Oh, they're just fighting for the final point, and Deaton on much older tyres than Zaki Boy, so I think Zaki Boy will take that final point today. Also, we've got 4 of the Ferrari Driver Academy drivers in the top 10, which is a big amount out of the 6. We've got so many of them. Right the way up there. Mint Elephant, is he close enough to make a move? The answer is no. Is Matt close enough to make a move on Jobbo? Because Jobbo has dropped out of the DRS range of Jacob. He's going to look for it down in turn 1. Is the Haas close enough to the AlphaTauri? The answer is no. And he pulls right in front of the McLaren there. And does the McLaren have damage? He's going to hope he doesn't, EULR. And he doesn't have any damage. That's good for him. Only 3 laps remain then. Big wheel spin from Landry there. And Kilger's now on the back of this patch. He does have a penalty though. He's got 3 seconds of penalty. So does Kilger. And Mac has 5. Mac's going to look to get those removed. Landry, he ended up in the wall there. Something's happened to make him go very slowly. And that's caused him to ghost. Jacob is catching the front 2. But I don't think he's catching quick enough, unfortunately for him. So, possibly, definitely, I would say at this stage, double podium for Alfa Romeo. They'll extend their championship lead. Not by that much, but yeah, they will extend it. Bassi will close in on Jacob by 10 points as it stands. And Bassi will disappear from Coy by quite a bit. Max drops out the DRS range of Jobbo. Now that is big. That is very big. He's lost the DRS range, I think. No, he hasn't. He's just got it. Oh, that was close. Otherwise, that would have been EULR straight past, and Kilger makes the move on Coy. And now it starts getting dark. Maybe we'll have a couple spots of rain at the end, but that'll be it here in Baku. The clouds have covered the sun, and that is it. So Mint Elephant will be going for the move on the final lap here. Of course, won't be going for the move on the final straight. That would be stupid. We'll be going for it into turn 1, maybe turn 3, and that will be for the win, of course. We'll see whether he can make that one work. As Jobbo is dropping really far back from Jacob now. Jacob's on his own at this stage, and Max struggling to hold on to Jobbo. So I think Jobbo's got his P4. And, Max just got to defend from EULR. He's thinking he's getting that 5-second remove. EULR is thinking, I need to get past this bloke who thinks he's awesome, but he's got a 5-second penalty, and I'll take a place anyway. That'll be what EULR is thinking currently. He's going to be desperately wanting to get past that Haas. He's been holding him up for a long time now. And this is his first proper chance as Mac is dropping back off of Jobbo a lot at this stage. He's running out of ERS as the Haas driver. He's got to hope he gets this DRS here as he taps the wall. That will not help Mac in the slightest. Has he got damage now? Now, that would be a big, big disaster for him. Let's hope for his sake he doesn't. But he won't be getting this DRS. That is the problem for him now. So EULR will go for the move. But the big move is possibly here. Can Mint Elephant make the move? The answer is no. Bassi holds on to the lead. Mint Elephant gets a bad turn 1. EULR gets ahead of Mac for P5. And we'll start chasing down Jobbo for P4. And Kilga gets past Mac as well. But Mint Elephant, 2 tenths is the gap now as they head now down towards turn 2. Bassi pulls the side. Mint Elephant right behind. He's going to have to go around the outside, will the Aston Martin driver. Spots of rain starting to drop onto the track here in Azerbaijan. Can Mint Elephant make the move? The answer's no. And he'll have to wait until the final straight here in Azerbaijan. This is going to be ridiculously close. Could we see a repeat of Tier 5 when 2 drivers very, very close to each other in Tier 5 as they cross the line? We'll have to wait and see whether it works out for these 2 or not. It's going to be ridiculously close as they come towards the line. EULR has got to get closer to Jobbo if he wants a chance at P4. He's got to keep pushing and pushing and pushing for this one. He doesn't want to be overtaken by Kilgra at the line. Getting it on track would be much, much better for him. Now, Mint Elephant, 3 tenths is the gap as they head into turn 15. The penultimate proper corner. What can Mint Elephant do? The answer's not much. He taps the wall, he gets a bad turn 15. And now Bassi, all he has to do is make the line. Mint Elephant is too far behind. 6 tenths is the gap. It's the final lap. It's the final couple corners. Mint Elephant left it too late. Couldn't make the move. And Bassi has won the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Surely Mint Elephant's too far away now. The gap's getting closer and closer. But it's not going to get close enough. Bassi wins the race. It's Mint Elephant second. It will be Jacob who comes home in P3. Jobbo P4. Kilga on track takes P5, but it will be EULR who takes it. A Landry P6 in the end. Mac P8, but he thinks he's going to get that removed. Coy will come home in P9. He was on for the win at one point, but ruined it by destroying his front wing. And then again, I think got by pitting onto the wrong tyre. The rain did come, but not in enough time for him. He sets fastest laps at 3 points for him, salvaging every point he can get. Zaki Boy, the only Mercedes driver academy driver to get any points, and it's only 1. And Deaton then will cross the line, and well, that'll be in a while because he's struggling at the moment for some reason. Oh, Hilger's just been given a 20-second penalty. It didn't affect it. He just dropped behind Mac. So we can take 20 seconds off of his time. That was a bit weird. But yes, we can take that off of his time. And Coy's also been given it. I think it's when they're leaving before the race finishes. So we'll give them their places back, of course. Stewards will be dealing with that. Deaton has no front wing. That's why he's struggling so much. As you can see there, his car not really wanting to move. But here we go. We'll cross the line. And that will be the end of Tier 2. Unfortunately, we don't have enough time for any interviews. But yeah, great race. Very, very well done to the 2 Alfa Romeo drivers today. Well done to Mint Elephant. He couldn't quite take the win, the Estonian driver, but he was close, but not quite close enough today. So yeah, Bassi qualified on pole, finished first, and that is exactly what we know he can do. Mint Elephant second, Jacob third, Jobbo fourth, EULR fifth, Landry sixth, Mac seventh, Kilga eighth, Zaki Boy ninth, Coy 10th according to the game. But you can add 1 place for Kilga and you can add 1 place for Coy as well. Right then, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you tune in 7 minutes to my wonderful voice once again in Tier 1. So yeah, thank you guys.